What's going on, true believers? Welcome to another episode of One Shot. I am your host, Mr. J, and a light week for the big two. Yes, it is. This is definitely a week for independent books. Um, Looks like I only got like one Marvel book in here and just a couple of DC. But let's get right into it. Still a great week. We'll start off with Stillwater, The Escape, number one. I think this is more of a one shot. They're just sitting around this fire telling stories about people that have escaped, or they think may have escaped, but turns out they probably didn't in the end. And, overall, thought it was a really good story. Um, I think this might be a little behind in the main story's continuity, but I'm not sure. It's been a while, and but yeah, overall, thought it was good. If you missed this issue, you're not missing too much. They are setting up a little bit of the next story arc at the end, but other than that, thought it was pretty decent. The Silver Coin, number 10. So this one actually kind of ties in a little bit to some of the previous Silver Coin issues. At least it has a few, callbacks and whatnot, like the guy on the cover. But this one was about a girl that kind of has some powers, and she runs across the silver coin in the woods next to this body, kind of like a body. It's like a growth, and she can kind of hear the souls trapped inside the coin, and is wants to exorcise them, and she tries to do this seance with her friends, and it winds up turning into a bloodbath in her house. But I thought it was really good. The artwork's always really good in this one. The story writing, amazing. Yeah, definitely a really good issue this week. Basilisk, Chapter 8. So this one it seems to be, I thought it was close to the end, but it feels like it's starting something almost completely new. Like the beginning of something new. The last, I always forget their names in this because it's such a fast read, but the main bad person in this one, who has most of the powers of the Chimera, is calling out our heroes, and so they meet, and the group leader that follows around the Chimeras. I don't know. He seems a little. I don't know how you would put it. He's very confident, even around somebody with powers, and it looks like he might know a little more about their origin than he's leading on. But our main characters meet. Not much of a fight ensues, and they kind of go their separate ways. But they meet in the town where it all started, and from the beginning I've kind of been wondering their origins, because they just keep saying we came down from the mountain. That's all we know. It's like, is there a facility up there? What's up in the mountain? But the bad group goes back to the mountain, and spoilers, it looks like there's multiple versions of them up there living in like a community. It's like the same people that have been killed in previous issues are up in the hills. So it's kind of setting up something bigger, way bigger. This series has been absolutely fantastic. Love the artwork. It's kept me on my toes. I have no idea what's happening next, but I love it. Basilisk. Nightwing, issue 90. So, Nightwing is kind of trying to fix up Bloodhaven um, as Dick Grayson. And he's attracting a lot of bad attention from bad people in the area. And they want him dead. They've been trying to kill him, sending hitman after him, but nothing has succeeded. So the bad people hire some group that they're very expensive, but they typically get the job done because they do not care about collateral damage. And so they wind up blowing up Dick Grayson's whole apartment building, just trying to wipe him off the map of Bloodhaven. So people think that Dick Grayson is dead-ish because they don't see him, they don't find his body or anything, but he does wind up getting out and is kind of in hiding. This series, I say it every time, so happy I hopped on it when I did, because it's been really, really good. King Spawn. I'm not sure what issue this is, but I can't remember what they call themselves, the something prophets, something like that. They are people that Spawn has fought from heaven and hell, and they kind of get together and they're trying to force him to take the throne in order to unlock the dead zones. They're trying to push his hand, and Spawn says, "Fine, I'll take it, but my first act is going to be taking all of your power." And they kind of like recoil, like they didn't think that one through. So they might be trying to go through another means to unlock the dead zones. Gaia is training this boy, it seems, to possibly take his place. We'll see what happens. But this series has been pretty decent. I do love the artwork. It is a little bit slower, it seems, but there is a lot of action, so it's been good. Scorched, I should say. This is the other spawns. They from all the other universes kind of teaming up and trying to find a way to, send all the other spawns back to their own universes. It's been pretty good. I do enjoy seeing all the other spawns, even though they don't always work together right, but they've been doing a pretty good job so far. They think that they have kind of a control over Plague Spawn, but they find out that they said if this is probably not Plague Spawn that they have, they said they would probably be dead if it was. So we're finding out what this entity is a little bit more. But again, really good series. Artwork's really good. I love this Matina cover. The Scorched. Batman, the Knight. So this is not really Batman yet. This is more of Batman year -1, I guess you would say. He's trying to learn the skills to become Batman, and is fighting with himself whether he even wants to do this anymore or not. But Alfred sends somebody after him to track him down, and it turns out it's somebody that I know will later train Bruce Wayne to be a pretty decent detective. And I thought, this has been pretty good series. Chip Zdarsky's writing it. The artwork is really good, and it's good to see the um, psychology more of a young Bruce Wayne. Not all of it is just an angry, angsty teenager, which is good. But you see him watching and learning and saying, "I want to be like that. I want to do that." But this series has been really good. Um, yeah, 3 out of 10. Still reasonable to pick up this book. Highly recommend it. World's Finest #1. This is the Cars and Coffee. It says Jerry Seinfeld in the Batmobile getting coffee. So, if you don't know, Jerry Seinfeld is a huge Superman fan. I picked this up mainly because of the cover. My local comic shop, they had a ton of these because somebody there wanted the 1 in 100, and they were happy to oblige a paying customer. So I bought it because of this cover, but I'm glad I did because the story was actually really decent. Superman is fighting Metallo. I think that's his name. Metallo. I don't know how you pronounce it. But Batman is in Superman City because Poison Ivy is there. Poison Ivy is trying to take down Metropolis, and Batman shows up to fight her because he's been tracking her. And Superman is there, gets attacked by Metallo, and injected with a concoction of red kryptonite. So it's like each red kryptonite does something different to Superman. And this one's a cocktail. And so he's just like going through all kinds of weird changes. And so Batman is trying to, help him out because he's hallucinating and he's just going insane. He's turning into steel and turning out of steel. His body is just fighting constantly. It was a really good story, though. The artwork was really good. That's my favorite Batman outfit. The blue and gray is my favorite Batman outfit. But yeah, I was really happy that the story was decent and not just the cover. The Shadow Man. This is the Shining cover that they did, which is absolutely fantastic. But the Shadow Man has been a really decent series as well. I'm glad I hopped on this one. I know a lot of people don't like the Valiant series stuff, but this one, the artwork is really, really good. And the story, the Dead Zone, I guess, is it called the Dead Zone? I think it's the Dead Zone as well, is kind of taking on a human form and trying to invade Earth. And Shadow Man has been fighting it, and he doesn't know if he can handle that issue. So they believe they're setting up the team book that's coming out soon in this. But yeah, really decent. Glad I've been reading it. Glad I picked up #1. And these horror comic covers or horror movie covers are really cool too. Slumber, issue #1. So, people have bad dreams. They are reoccurring bad dreams, and so they go to this company that will insert themselves into your dreams, kill the nightmare, and you pay them. Well, there is a serial killer that is traveling through people's dreams, and while they are sleeping kind of takes over their body and kills people. and then they wake up. They have no memory of what they've done, but a lot of these people have marks in their psyche about the killer was kind of here, and this group of people has been seeing them, and they're kind of trying to hunt down this person, while at the same time that they're called dream eaters. The serial killer has been trying to track them down as well. Kind of interesting, but obviously you can tell by the cover it's a bit violent, but it's all inside somebody's imagination, which is okay. They go and kill the nightmares. There might be a little excessive in their methods, but this series was really, really entertaining for me. I am happy I picked it up. I didn't remember ordering it, but I am so glad I did. And then there's The Amazing Spider-Man. This is the 92 Beyond Bay, if you will. That cover is fantastic. I'm actually surprised it wasn't a ratio cover. But the series has been really good. This is kind of the offshoot ones with where we follow the Beyond team and Michael Morbius and him, tracking down the lizard monster and whatnot. It was okay. Kind of not knowing where they were going with it. They were just plugging some more characters, it seemed like. It was okay, but that cover is fantastic, so it made the purchase all worth it. And what did I get in the mail? Of course, it's a David Nakayama cover. I'm not too familiar with this character or anything, but man, it's a beautiful cover. I missed purchasing it when it was first released. I didn't know if I wanted it or not, but after seeing it so often, I'm like, I gotta have a copy of it. My favorite cover artist. And I got a few more coming in the mail, so stay tuned for those. Thanks for stopping by, checking out my books, seeing my opinions on them. If you could, drop down below, leave me a like, leave me a comment, hit that subscribe button. I'm kind of in a stagnant place at 28 followers, and share this video with somebody that you think might like it. Trying to beat that YouTube algorithm out there and get my name out there a little bit more. So thanks for stopping by. Join us next week, and as always, have a good day.